Hey there Star Wars fans, welcome to another Bossk's Bounty video, and today I want to go through the worst to first of the vintage collection Star Wars figures that have been released in 2018. Okay, so this list is going to contain the 16 figures that have been released on individual cards, so I'm not going to include the 3-pack Dr. Aphra set, and I'm not going to include the figure that came with the vintage collection TIE Fighter. This is purely just the carded figures that came out in the 3 waves and the 2 exclusive figures. Now before I begin my countdown from worst to first, if you like this video, don't forget to hit a like down below. If you're new to the channel, be sure to subscribe and let me know in your comments what you think about my list. Do you agree? Which ones I'm going to like better than others? Which one's your number one? So as I say, let me know in the comments. And a shameless plug, I'm now selling t-shirts. So if you want to support this channel, the best way to do that is to buy a t-shirt. You can find the link in the description below or on my website, www.bosksbounty.com. Anyway, now that's out of the way, let's get on to the list. And the first figure in my list at number 16 is Jyn Erso. Now, of course, there's nothing particularly wrong with this figure. It's in place 16. Due to the fact that, one, it's a repack from the 3.75 inch Black Series, and because the figure itself I wasn't really keen on. The legs are a bit funny. There isn't a lot to shout about really. The car back is pretty good, but out of the 16 she does fall into last place. Next on the list in 15th place is Luke Skywalker from The Last Jedi. Again, another repack. The figure's It's a pretty good figure, but at the end of the day, he doesn't come with the accessory of the lightsaber, so he's just a figure. And although, as I say, it is a pretty good figure and the car back's not too bad, you know, there are better figures that have come out in 2018. And in 14th place, we have Han Solo from the Solo: A Star Wars Story film. This guy was released in Wave 2. And the reason he's so far down the list is because at the end of the day, the car back is not great. The image there, it's really computerized, as you can see. It's not a great image of him. He's just standing there in front of the Millennium Falcon. The figure itself, once out of the package, again, pretty good Han Solo, bit of a boring figure. Just not a great deal going for him. And in position 13, we have Rey Jakku. This figure was released in Wave 1. And again, it's so low down on the list purely because it's a repack at the end of the day. Although the card's pretty nice, she does come up with lots of accessories. There's just better figures in the list. Straight on to number 12, we have Supreme Leader Snoke. Again, another figure from Wave 1. This figure's so far down in the list purely because, again, it's just not a great figure. The likeness of Snoke's there is really nice, but from a playability point of view, it's not a great figure. Looks good in the package though, and the card back's pretty nice. Making our way down the list into 11th place, we have the First Order Stormtrooper, another figure from Wave 1, and again, another repack. What can I say about this figure? So, it's a good trooper, it looks good, the card back's it's nice, looks a little bit computer generated, like many of the new vintage collection figures. But at the end of the day, we've had lots more better figures in 2018, so this one, as I said, makes it into position 11th. Guess what, folks? It's another repack, that's right, and into position 10 we have Captain Cassian Andor from Rogue One. This figure was part of Wave 3, so we had to wait a bit of time to get this guy on a card back. Great little figure, it looks really like the person that it's supposed to out of the film, and the card back's nice as well. There are just better figures that have come out in 2018, so he only makes it as far as position number 10. Next we have in position 9 is Kylo Ren, and yep, you guessed it, it's another repack. This guy's higher up than the other repacks purely because at the end of the day, this is a really, really good Kylo Ren figure. The card back's nice. He does come with 2 accessories, so he has the lightsaber that's lit up and the hilt itself as well. And all in all, it's a pretty good figure. So he makes it into position 9. Okay, so now we're on our way to the better figures in the line. So coming in at position 8, we have the Imperial Death Trooper from Wave 2. This figure is part of the Rogue One film, and as you can see, it's a great figure. Comes with 2 accessories, lots of pouches and ammo all around him. And the only reason this figure isn't higher up in the list is because, yep, it's another repack. But he looks great on that card with all the fire burning behind him there. Superb figure. And on to our first exclusive figure. So this is the Rey Island Journey. She is in position 7. And this is a great figure. I can't really fault this too much, and obviously we're getting quite high up in the list now, so it's quite difficult to split them. She comes with 2 accessories. She comes with her lightsaber and her blaster. She's got a lovely cape, soft goods. The card back's great. As I said, it's very difficult to place these figures and decide which one's better than others, but you know, this is a great figure on a great card back and pretty sought after in the secondary market. And on to position 6. This one was a really difficult one. I wanted to place him higher, but in my opinion, we have 5 better figures or card backs, depending on what you're judging these on. I'm trying to judge these on both, but this figure's a great figure. If you've got the tank, he looks amazing in the tank, and as you can see, the card back's amazing. And also you've got there the tank commander who will be coming out next year. So all in all, a great figure, great card back, but he is in number 6. And next we have in position 5 is the Rebel Soldier in the Hoth fatigues. He was way back in wave 1, and he is kind of a repack, but they've done him up. They've added a few extra bits, but we have kind of seen him before. But still, the card back is amazing. It's from the Empire Strikes Back. What's not to love about this figure and card? So as I say, he is in position 5, and straight on into position 4. We have Enfys Nest from the Solo film. This one's so high up in the list is because, well, it speaks for itself. Look at the card back, absolutely amazing. The figure itself's great, loads of articulation, loads of accessories. You've got little things that go on her wrists there, which also open out. Got a great weapon. The detail on the figure's phenomenal. So it had to go as very high up in the list, but there is 3 figures that I judge as being better than this. So let's move straight on to those top 3. And the first figure to make it into my top 3 is from Wave 3, and it's Dr. Aphra. This is an absolutely phenomenal figure. The detail's incredible. I love the Dr. Aphra comic, so I might be a little bit biased. I also like the fact that it's on a standard Star Wars card with the racetrack there. What else can I say? It's just a great figure, great card back, great comic. I'm really, really pleased that the fans voted to have this figure made. And it's also great that she was taken out of that 3-pack that we got and put onto her own card. And the figure to make it into position 2, it was a very difficult decision between these 2 figures, but he just missed out. It's the Range Trooper from Wave 3. This figure was in the Solo film, as you know, and the figure itself is just an unbelievable figure. The level of detail, the weight of it, it's just a superb figure. Anything with a snowy background gets me every time anyway. The red really makes him pop. The card back is just there for me. This is the 2nd best figure in the 2018 Vintage Collection line. So drum roll, on to who made it as number 1. And first place, and deservedly so, goes to the Mimban Stormtrooper from the Solo A Star Wars Story film. As you can see, this figure is just incredible. The weathering, the detail, he's got a soft good cape. The card back detail is incredible. He comes with a blaster and like a rifle blaster as well. And if you ever to get this figure out of the pack, it's just a great figure. Loads of detail. And for them to produce this card and make it look that great, it had to be in number 1, in my opinion. He's also an exclusive, so he's kind of hard to get hold of. So anyway, what do you guys think? What do you think of my list? Do you agree with my selection? Should I have had some of the figures further up the list or further down the list? Which ones do you love? Which ones do you hate? Let me know in the comments. If you like this video, don't forget to drop a like down below. It really, really helps the channel. As I said before, subscribe if you're new, and we shall see you on the next one.